jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best. You gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy. Is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back
WC is back on the boulevard once again. You already know. Big shout out to the supporters. Salute to the ones that's in the building. Andrew Charles on deck. World Combat Sports. What's good with it, Andrew? First in the building, man. Andrew Charles is the first in the building. Big Blunts and Boxing on deck. Combat, what it do? What's good? What's good with the Blunts? Salute to you. Mr. Gumbo, a.k.a. Hot Grease on deck, man. Salute to my guy, man. Shout out to you, Gumbo, in the building. WCS, what it do? I know we got to get through Tank, but please dump the grease on the fish. Don't dip the fish in the grease. Remove the pot from the stove and pour it on the fish. Well, you know, I got to continue with the supporters. Don Vaughn on deck. What it do, Don? Salute. What's good? The Boxer's Mind. LOL. Salute. W says we will have Arrow versus Keith and Tank versus Ryan Garcia on April 15th on the same day. Man, how word has changed. You know what I'm saying? How word has changed, man. D Young on deck, man. Salute to you, D Young. So, let's get down to it. Baby, baby. Get down to it. So, word has broken. Because I look, I have to get certain things out the way, right? So let's just matter of fact, I'm gonna do one better because I'm definitely gonna take more time on Errol Spence. I was gonna start off, with Errol Spence and then get on Tank, but let's get on Tank first. You know what I'm saying? Peep this, y'all, and shout out to everyone that's in the building. Tank Davis, man. People's up there hitting me up on IG and shit. They want to be little petty, little watchers and everything. And they saying that Tank Davis is not a pay-per-view star. Listen to me when I tell you, Tank Davis, Gervonta Tank Davis is an attraction. An attraction leads to being a pay-per-view star. Listen, I don't know what y'all are waiting on and looking for somebody to be a pay-per-view star. So let me kind of give you some comparisons, right? When Teo fought Vasil Lomachenko on free TV, they was talking about how many views it did, right? But he's not a pay-per-view attraction like that, okay? Yeah, he did big numbers, but when I say Tank Davis, people want to see Tank Davis fight, man. They want to see him step through the ropes because they feel that something incredible is about to happen. What he was able to do with Hector Garcia, man, he hit the man so hard. He broke him down, first of all. He methodically broke the man down. Very, very patient, showed composure. And then the knockout came. He let the knockout come to him, man. That don't mean he took time off. That don't mean he was dancing around the ring. None of that. He let the knockout come to him. When he seen the opening, he landed the shot, and he didn't even know he had did that much damage to Hector Garcia because, dude, he know he had hurt him, but he walked back to his corner. My whole point for Gervonta Davis, man, anybody who's not looking at this Mr. L Chin Checker as a pay-per-view star, a guy, a boxer who's gonna be on pay-per-view, then you just hating. You just hating. You just hating. The platform he's on, he's 28 years old, right? He's fighting in front of individuals who want to see him. Supposedly 19,731 in attendance. What? And I know it was a heavy card, but you gotta have heavy cards like that, right? 5 million plus gate. 5 million plus gate. For real? For real, for real. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Team Davis, man. They about to get the rose petals. They about to get the shower of glory, the praise, the adulations, everything. This man continues to win and win and win. Now, potentially, he's going to fight Ryan Garcia in April with Mr. Michelin Man. We'll see how that goes down. Let me get on the chat because sometimes I be letting the chat just get away from me. Shout out to Shelton Moore on deck. Why is anyone surprised? You know what I'm saying? I don't know why they would be surprised, but you got haters. That's what they do, man. You got the haters that's out there. They don't want to give this man the credit he deserves. People want to see this man freaking go in there and get the stoppage. Not only that, they want to see the backflip off the top rope. Real talk. They want to see the backflip off the top rope, man. We know damn well when it came to the main event, Tank Davis zipped that shit up the way it's supposed to be. We got to salute him and give him his credit. Everybody don't have to like him, bro. I'm not going around here, as if I'm just becoming a Tank fan. Look at my thumbnails. You know what I'm saying? I'm just putting it out there that people tend to always want to keep Tank outside the ropes and on the news. They act like boxing is this place where they find these righteous individuals in life that's done great and for the better good, and they've met all the standards. They're considered ethical. That's not the way the sport of boxing is. People up here coming out of prison, they have criminal records. They're going to compete and make a living in a non-regulated sport. Man, shout out to Mr. Gumbo, aka Hot Grease, with the $50 on deck super chat, man. Much appreciated, Gumbo. Salute to you, brother. Real talk, man. This is a guy behind the scenes, man. I appreciate your support, man. One love to you, Gumbo. He said, "No excuse." W says, "I just poured signy extra oil in the grease pot." So I'm guessing you saying you just added some extra to the hot grease. For sure, man. I always need help, man. More grease is not good grease, especially when it's not always good, especially when you about to cook some and burn it the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? This hot grease different. We ain't trying to cook some for delicacy. You know what I'm saying? For a quick meal, for a tasty entree. We're not doing that. The hot grease over here is just to burn shit up and make it extra crispy. That's all it's doing. You know what I'm saying? Make it extra, extra crispy, dog. But big shout out to my guy, Mr. Gumbo, aka Hot Grease. I hope you screenshotted what this grown ass man is doing, because he's been sucker free. You know what I'm saying? Much appreciated, that Gumbo. So I say this about Tank Davis, right? I like what he's doing. He's an excitement. He's an attraction to the sport of boxing. If anyone's out here just putting this man underneath the rug and continue to want to step on him because of you know what he just had happen recently, then you ain't been following boxing too much. You know, it's a lot of other people that did crazy things and they glorify those individuals. They glorify him. Mike Tyson, they glorify Mike Tyson. They glorify him. He did way worse. He's been out there and he's been on record. That's what he used to do. But I want to, you know, sit up here and highlight Tank in a positive light, because I just feel like he continued to improve every time he answered the bell. He continued to improve, man. They don't want to sit up here and give a man credit for being a pay-per-view star. But yet, when you ask them who's a pay-per-view star, all of them want to say the same person. You know what I'm saying? They want to say the same person. They act like they can't get Canelo out their language. Canelo's going to get money regardless. Canelo's going to get money regardless. But Canelo, in that breath, Canelo does get paid. But has Canelo did numbers to the point where he has fought somebody else and he's considered top 5 all-time pay-per-views? Is you really putting up numbers like that? What other popular fighter, you know what I'm saying, right here, right now, is putting up those numbers, especially in the position of Tank being in the lightweight division? You know, it's fighters that's working to be in that spot. But right now, Tank is on pay-per-view and he ain't coming off pay-per-view because God bless this man with goddamn dynamite in both hands, bro. And he's smart as shit, man. He's smart as shit in that ring. The way he broke Hector Garcia down, who pretty much gave us a snippet. He showed his hand, people. When they faced off and Tank was fucking with him, Hector Garcia showed his hand. He stood right there. He kind of showed us, okay, I'm going to be right there in the pocket and I'm going to trade with this guy, period. That's what I'm giving y'all. And he tried, man. I have to, you know, accredit Hector Garcia for attempting to stay in the pocket with Tank. He did not use the same game plan as Rolly Romero. And he didn't use the same game plan as Isaac Cruz. Isaac Cruz more so pressing. He wanted to stay really, really close. Hector Garcia was there to try to take advantage of the counter shots. That take guts with a fighter like Tank. But Hector Garcia was much slower. And when you're dealing with a much slower fighter and you have an all-around technically sound boxer like Gervonta Davis, who has hand speed, he has offense, defense, and he has pristine boxing IQ. You got a problem. You got a big problem on your hand. And you know, Hector Garcia found out the hard way. The man said he was hit so hard he couldn't see out his right eye. So of course, everybody was up here making memes about, you know, Hector Garcia not being able to see. And I know people want to make jokes out of these fighters. Boxing is a tough sport, man. These fighters take a lot of punishment. And I'm not here to, you know, savior and preach to y'all from behind the podium. I'm just saying, like, yeah, they always going to be the butt of the joke in some cases, especially if you're on the losing end. You know what I'm saying? And in this case, this past weekend, you can be on the winning side and still be the butt of the joke because of what people believe you to be without actually proving it. That's pretty much truth. Truth be told, goddammit. Truth be told, y'all already know who I'm talking about. But man, I just feel like I'm looking more. It was a point in time where I was calling Ryan Garcia Mr. Capion. I'm looking more towards this fight between him and Ryan Garcia. Not the fact that I believe Ryan Garcia can beat him, but he's been just searching desperately for Gervonta Davis. He's been wanting this big name. He's claiming that he can make it happen. He can shock the world. My only thing, you know, not to be an angry bird, but my only thing I don't want to hear, or I don't want to assume that this fight is going to give us 2. 2 fights. The only way he can give us 2 fights, right, is that it either ends in a draw or it'd be some controversy. If it's a fighter right now in the lightweight division where Gevonta can get 2 pay-per-views off of, it should be Ryan Garcia, because they talk about how many IG followers he has. Everybody's tuned in and locked in, and Ryan Garcia, he's the one. He's the one that can do it. I just don't want it to be too obvious that they're going to hit us for a 2-for-1. Somehow it's going to be a controversy of something, and then they're going to say, oh, we could do a rematch. We could do a rematch at the end of the year. If that shit happens, I'm not really mad at it. You know why I'm not mad? Because we're not getting Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford, bro. So I'm not mad at it. If Gervonta Davis wants to hit us for a 2-for-1 okie doke, and him and Ryan Garcia fight twice, cool. But let's back up. This can't happen if Ryan Garcia gets slapped. People are not going to do it. You have to smooth it out so much to the point where people can see the transparent. What? Why they do that? Oh man, that's fucked up. It has to be some controversy where people say, hell no, man. It's no way. It's no way. Or the fight gets stopped and somebody's running the technical decision and the fight is stopped early, and then they want to come back. Okay, that'll be more so the conclusion that I think is going to happen. Something's going to happen crazy. They're going to stop the fight, and then they're going to award so-and-so the fight. And then leading up to that point, it has to be that the fight was very entertaining and people want to see it again. You know what I'm saying? Oh, my God. No, he didn't. Gumbo say he got Ryan. Gumbo going against the motherfucking grain of the wood. You about to get some splinters there, Gumbo. You about to get some splinters fucking around with that, dog. You about to get some splinters, dog. Because there's not too many people that's gonna say, you know what? I'm gonna go with Gumbo on that, man. Ryan Garcia gonna get it done. See, that's the weird dysfunctionality of fight fans in boxing. They always want to see the underdog get it, bro. Look, what they expect of the ones that's supposed to be top tier, they're gonna keep on pushing that. They say, okay, this is what I expect. This is what I expect. Okay, as long as they perform, this is what I expect. Give it. All right, keep going, keep going. But the underdogs, though, every so often, boxing would have this damn taste to push for the underdogs, man. They'll be sipping on the Kool-Aid a lot. And right now, I can't believe that people are sipping on the Ryan Garcia Kool-Aid after this man said that he, pretended like he wanted to fight Devin Haney. No. Gervonta Davis called him out. No. Said he was going to fight Manny Pacquiao. No. I mean, I don't know how many people this dude was supposed to fight, and he was pulling out. But now all of a sudden he has did a resurgence, bro. This shit is wild. This shit is wild for Ryan Garcia, bro. Just not too long ago, this dude was Mr. Doug Masters Coalition, pound for pound. He's still on that motherfucker, dog. And you know what? I don't want to be a bomber. Like my attitude is different right now, 2023, because I said the fight wasn't gonna happen. I said Crawford Spence wasn't gonna happen. I said it, but I'm not here to talk about that right now. But for Ryan Garcia, not too long ago, this dude was Mr. Capione. This dude was Mr. Capione. Doug Master Premium Platinum member coalition. Now all of a sudden, this man done got some ink. He done put up here and got some lines on his pectoralis. You know what I'm saying? He had got ink down. He stopped dressing. He stopped dressing, y'all, in the black bow tie, white tuxedo shirt, black slacks, and a blazer. He came in and looked like he was about to go to the prom. He was walking around there all goofy. And then all of a sudden they was talking about this fight. And behind closed door, you know, they've been saying, okay, we're going to talk up Gervonta Davis fight. You need to switch it up and you need to start playing in and to the culture. You need to connect with the culture there, Ryan. You got the followers. Then we see Ryan come out here with a big ass necklace on, right? He iced out. He has on a crew neck sweater and he's dressing down now, trying to talk shit. And I told y'all, I said, here goes the transition right here. Here goes the transition right here. When he was fighting Javier Fortuna, there it goes right there. Javier wasn't a brother, but he sure enough came in there. Ryan say, I'm going to take full advantage of Javier Fortuna. I'm going to get me some ice and crew neck sweater, and I'm not going to wear my tuxedo anymore because I'm not going to a bar mitzvah. I'm telling you, man, this guy is the ultimate deceiver. He's played us. Now he's back, y'all. He's back. What an amazing job there, Ryan. I ain't lying. What an amazing job you've done, you and your team. What an amazing job, brother. I'm not mad at you one bit. Shout out to my guy, Deion Washington. In the building. Tank by some shit Ryan never thought would come. Tank about to hit by some shit Ryan never thought would come. I think Barrios beat Ryan. Yeah, a lot of people think Barrios beat Ryan. You know, he's tough, bro. Shout out to Deion Washington, man. Shout out to you. Tuscaloosa, Alabama in the building, man. Shout out to Coach Malachi. True Media Today. USA Boxing on deck with it. What's good with it, Coach? Fire live today, man. You had some people just feeling some type of way, Coach. You know what I'm saying? They wanted to call in and voice their OP on what they was listening. Salute at WCS. Peace to everyone in the chat. Salute to you, Coach. Continue to do your thing, man, and elevate. You know what I'm saying? Let me know what the clouds look like up there. Blunt said, Mr. Gumbo better than another Franklin on that OG. Oh, shit. Man, they trying to get the Ryan Garcia Tank Davis fights. Hell no, Blunts. Hold the fuck up. Hold up. We have to address the obvious now. We're going to get to it, though. But I could have sworn Blunts was over here. I just want to address the room. Something that's very important is just near and dear to my heart. I really, truly feel that Crawford Spence is locked in already. I mean, when I'm talking about I'm feeling it like a heartburn. It's just sitting right there. I can't get rid of it. It's the fight. The fight's already done. The fight's already done. It's there. Give me the benefit of the doubt, man. The fight is there. Y'all don't believe me. You. None of y'all don't. Oh, shit. I'm telling you, the fight is done. It's going down in April. Crawford Spence already locked in. They was both on the beach on vacation. Now, you got some explaining to do too, boss. You got some explaining to do, Shotty. For real, man. You got some explaining to do there, Blunts. I ain't lying, you know. Punch the like for the OG one time, man. You got some explaining to do. But shout out to This Is Rob on deck. But you know, I want to keep it on Tank right now. Salute the Tank, man. Doing incredible numbers at the gate. Seriously, much respect to you. Unfortunately, we live in a world that we're not perfect. You know what I'm saying? That's why we seek assistance from the Most High, whoever that may be, Supreme Being. You know what I'm saying? We got to give prayers every now and then. You know what I'm saying? I always tell people I don't believe in hell, man. I believe we was left here on earth, and earth in a lot of ways is hell. I can't see how you can exist on earth and then go burn forever in eternity in a place called hell. This is with everything that's going on. Come on, man. Why would they make a place that's worse than this? With all these tragedies. Come on, man. But anyway, man, shout out to Tank. Continue to do your thing, brother. I want to know who's next. I really want to know who's next. Not so much to step through the square with him. I want to know who's going to be the one to test him. Will it be Ryan Garcia? I'm not convinced it's going to be Garcia, bro. But I do want Tank to elevate his status as one of the top tier fighters. You know what I'm saying? One of the superstar fighters. I want him to get his money. I mean, if it's a boxer in the game that's done came from the bottom, I'm talking about bottom, from the darkness to the light, bro. I mean, been through it, still going through it, and working to improve each and every time, bro. That's Tank. You know what I'm saying? He has excitement. To me, he gives me excitement. When I know Tank is freaking walking to the ring, when I know Tank is getting ready, I see Calvin and Kenny and the whole crew up there, goddamn getting that shit in, training this dude. I know it's going to be some damn good results, bro. So if Tank ain't a pay-per-view star, then why the hell he's sitting up there putting up the numbers he's putting up? And big shout out to Coach Malachi for doing a fire live today. You know what I'm saying? Going over some points, some very highlighting points of Tank Davis' performance. You know what I'm saying? This is criteria, bro. This is criteria and what we look for to basically put a fighter at the highest tier to say, this is him. He's him. They got to have the criteria. They have guys out here that got straps. They have guys that have numbers on the resume. They have guys that have certain type of opponents on that resume. That's okay. They have boxers out here that has moments. They have guys out here talking about how much they make. We do. We have several boxers talking about how much they make and everything. But are you constantly on pay-per-view? Are you considered a pay-per-view attraction? Are you a fighter where someone goes to the arena with whoever, you know, being with the fellas, you take your girl to it, you get your seat. You're going there to see Tank Davis send somebody a one-way ticket to the land of Nod. And you just want to be there to witness how it all goes down, bro. This guy's special. This guy's special, bro. And I want to ignore so bad when you know it's been said for quite some time, for years now, that Tank will beat himself. He's the only one that can beat himself. I want to jettison that. I want to keep it quiet, moot. I want to keep it in that little quiet space, man. Don't want to interrupt it. You know what I'm saying? I just want to keep it dormant. I don't want that shit active. I want that shit to be dormant. I want him to continue to goddamn do what he's supposed to do, shine, and go ahead and put dudes to sleep and give us the entertainment factor that we're looking for. It's not many boxers right here in the sport that's doing that. We want to see the big fights, and we don't want to see the disappointment. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to see the disappointment. So shout out to Tank, man. I just had to do another thumbnail, and highlight him in the good graces, man. Salute to you. We enjoying what you're doing out here, bro. Shout out Juice Lee, man. Juice Lee in the building with the $5 super chat on deck, man. Appreciate you. One love, man. Salute to the ones who support the channel. Juice Lee, man, you're more than appreciated, my brother. Mr. Gumbo, you're more than appreciated. Thank y'all for supporting the channel. It's came a long ways, from what y'all heard already. People pay attention to the wrong numbers. I want them to pay attention to Tank's numbers. You know what I'm saying? Pay attention to those numbers. Don't pay attention to these numbers. Would it be Coach just wanted to hear him out? What are we talking about? Hear who out? Okay. So he said what numbers? My point in saying he's a pay-per-view star is the attraction value. I don't need to see the numbers. I don't need to see the numbers. It's easy for people to jump up in the chat and say, where do you see right here that I'm speaking on anything outside the attendance and the gate? I'm saying here pay-per-view star when it comes down to his attraction and his star value to the boxing fans who choose to what? Stay at home and pay to see him fight, or they go to the arena and pay to see him fight. He's a pay-per-view star whether you like it or not. If you don't want to recognize Tank Davis as being one of these supreme attractions where people interest automatically hit the radar and it just starts flickering back and forth, and they say, man, I gotta see that dude, man. People know who Tank is. When he came down here to the A, they knew who Tank is. He gave us the backflip off the top rope. I'm talking about those numbers where butts in the seat, bodies is in the arena, and they're there cheering Tank on, man. I don't need to see any pay-per-view numbers. By attraction alone, Tank Davis is a pay-per-view star. Now, our opinion as fans is always going to vary. Always. The shit's going to, rock differently, man. It's always going to be a different type of swell when it comes to this current. You're going to have some that just straight up, they don't want to add no damn value to it, man. He ain't shit. He ain't doing nothing special. They are always going to count the man. They're going to talk more about his personal life than they do his performance. And then they're going to have people like myself and others who basically speak on Tank, because it's not a murderer's row, right? It's not a lot of fighters in the sport, period. I'm talking about the global sport that's considered pay-per-view stars. We live off a number system in life, man. People always want to say, okay, let's just say, look, what if Tank come back and he did 300K, right? Let's just say he did 300K. And as much as people complain about, well, we're in a streaming era, we got Fire Sticks and we got all this shit. Let's just say he did 300K. So you see no success in that? With his attraction, knowing the fact that people out here illegal streaming fights, you can't give him the nod. You can't give him a salute and say, you know what, he's a pay-per-view star. Based off the strength that people are going to the arena to see this man fight. That's all I'm saying. I'm not gonna dig too heavy on it because I gotta get to Mr. Michelin man for real. But shout out to Juice Lee for the $5 super chat. Salute to you. People always want to come over here and debate. Y'all not even trying to really look at and give these fighters any credit, man. Hector Garcia, he didn't land on his face. He wasn't stretched out in front of the light, sunbathing on his back from a Tank Davis knockout. But goddamn it, the man said he was blind out of his right eye. When he went over to the corner, if you heard me, I say he's talking to his trainer. That's not good. That's not good. He's talking to his trainer. Sure enough, he sat his ass on that stool. No mas. No mas. No mas. No mas. I'm going back down to 130. Thank you. Muchas gracias. I mean, give it up for Hector Garcia. He wasn't no punk. Give it up to Hector Garcia. Tank is giving these Latino fighters an opportunity to fight, man, because he know where the money at. And guess what? He's about to have his third hors d'oeuvre in April. He's about to have his third one. It's nothing new. He collects them. He collects them, bro. Rolly Romero, he's Cuban. Okay. Hector Garcia. And then Ryan Garcia. Who can say they fought two Garcias in the same year? Tank can. If the fight is made. Right now, we're still waiting on the pen to stop and for the official announcement to be made. We still waiting on that shit. So in the meantime, people are going to say what they want to say. But look, I feel that debates should have some type of premise to it. You should just come on here and argue with a channel because you want to know how much they know about something, and that you just want to sit up here and say, "Well, I want to argue. I want to call a debate, but I just want to argue. What has he done? Who has he fought? He ain't won no super titles at this division and that division, man. Yeah, you're always gonna get that. But right now, I'm on the other type of energy to say this man a pay-per-view star because people want to see this dude fight. That's where I'm at with it, bro. So Adrian, listen to what you just said, bro. You're comparing him to Canelo, right? You're comparing Tank Davis to Canelo, and that's exactly what I was talking about. You're over here comparing him to Canelo, who had half of his fights in Mexico, right? And he had a route that he had to take to get to where he's at right now. But listen to you and reading what you're putting in there, you don't want to give Tank Davis even the least bit of window of opportunity to be accepted for what he's doing and praised for it. All you want to do is compare him to Canelo. See, I've been on record as saying, who is the next? Will it be a black fighter? Is it possible for the black fighter to get in the same position Canelo? See, people are steadily trying to keep Canelo in that same position, and he's an older fighter. He's on a hiatus right now from surgery. And he got his ass beat by Bivol, who ended up getting the fight of the year, right? By beating Canelo ass and going in there beating Gilberto Ramirez ass. But you're over here because you see a thumbnail about gait and attendance, and you're comparing him to Canelo Alvarez. When Canelo is a totally different fighter than Gervonta Davis. And then if I want to be petty, how many divisions do Canelo Alvarez have? Vice what Tank? You're going to say, oh, well, it's quality versus quantity. Okay, let's go to quality then. It's people that will question the quality of Canelo's birth and how he went up here and got divisions too. I've been on record saying salute to Canelo. He's doing his thing. But when it comes to you there, Adrian, I don't need your permission to highlight another fighter, a black fighter, that's a pay-per-view star. Your opinion is just like mine. How you see someone being a star, if you're basing it strictly off numbers, then you're the fool. You're the fool. Because stardom consists of more than just numbers, bro. You gotta encapsulate the entire package on why I'm saying that Gervonta Davis is a pay-per-view star. The man is 28 years old, 3 divisions, 1 less than Canelo, right? And we all know Canelo going to get another division before he retires. But the man has 3 weight divisions. You can't blame Tank Davis for how he went up here and got his belts. Blame boxing. You remember when Floyd was on fight week and Tank Davis was having an open workout, right? And Floyd took it upon himself to go on a rant about how boxing has saturated the sport with belts. But you get on here and you're gonna say the same thing. Well, Tank ain't did too much of anything, He's just a secondary title holder, this, that, and the other. But he's on pay-per-view though, bro. He's on pay-per-view. So you trying to tell me a fighter can't be a star unless they emulate another fighter? Well, who's emulating Floyd Mayweather? I'll leave it at that. I'll leave that right here for you. Who's emulating Floyd Mayweather right now? No, leave the fire stick excuses alone now. If you want to talk about pay-per-view stars, we know Floyd Mayweather reigned at the top of the pinnacle. He's at the summit. Who's emulating him? Canelo sure isn't. But we still consider Canelo a star, right? I got it. Back to 130, thank you. Muchas gracias. Yes, sir. Sí. The entiendes. You know what I'm saying? This man go in here and talk about if he doesn't do this, he ain't that. Bro, we're talking about everything encompassing. We're talking about the people who paid, right? What you talking about? We're talking about the people who actually got a ticket to come see him. And we're talking about the amount of people that was internal to that arena. That's what we're talking about, bro. I think you just come in here just to argue. You don't want to give this man no credit for being a pay-per-view star, Mr. El Chin Checker himself, Baltimore's own. Dude is a talent, bro. See, you're the main reason why boxing don't want to fuck with this YTC. Some of these boxers, a lot of these boxers, because y'all are very entitled to just be such critics. You know, you never want to give any credit, bro, to any of these fighters. You just say, oh, no, they ain't do nothing. They ain't do nothing. But you know how difficult it is to do what he's doing? I'm not going to go on a rant about it, man. We already know what it is with Tank. We already know what it is with Tank. He's different, bro. He's different. You know what I'm saying? Remember this, Adrian. Let me give you just a little nugget, right? I think I've been living just a little bit longer. You know what I'm saying? I've been about 1 or 2 places in life, to the grocery store and back home. But no one can make you feel inferior without your consent. You might sit up here and say, Tank, I ain't doing this, that, and the other. And Tank will tell you to your face, I know I'm the best out there. I'm doing this. This man is fighting on pay-per-view attractions headlining there, Adrian. You need to take that in consideration, bro. You know what I'm saying? You act like Tank Davis can't be the face of boxing because he has some little hiccups outside the ring. But yet, you'll be the same one running up the mic. Mikey, Mike Tyson. My apologies, Mike. I didn't mean to disrespect you by calling you Mikey. But can I get a picture, Mike? You'll sit up here and glorify and praise and get a picture with Mike Tyson, Iron Mike Tyson, the man who decided to become a freaking cannibal. He wanted to bite off ears. This man fought outside the ring all the time. Him and Mitch Green is well documented. You know what I'm saying? His domestic abuse is well documented. The man had to go away. Man, come on, bro. People said Mike was doing nose candy, you know, and everything else. It's some fights that people question if he was clean back then and all that other shit. And then just today, I put out a thumbnail about Teddy Atlas, about how Teddy was not giving him credit for being a great because he lost to the big names. Everybody's gonna be a critic, but it's nothing you can do, brother, to turn someone's impression of Mike Tyson when they see him. They know this man did dirt. They know he paid. He went in there and did his time and got out. They consider that man a boxing god, bro. They consider Mike a boxing god, but you talking about Tank? You can't give Tank a check mark? I get it, bro. I get it. I have to move on, though. Though. Seriously, I have to move on. You coming over here saying what people are saying. And look, you got to understand what people are always going to operate off their own gas tank. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has a memory board. Everybody's going to think for themselves, whether it's straight, organic, genuine, or it's influence. They're being disingenuous. You know what I'm saying? It depends on who they are. The pros and cons of life, bro. We got to move on. We got to move on to the fish himself, strawberry season. I just wanted to put this out there. I know that people have already seen this. I just wanted to transition from Tank. Salute to you, brother. Gorilla in the midst. But I had to put this thumbnail up there because breaking news saying Errol Spence's next fight is at junior middleweight. So I thought it would be fitting, you know, to let it be known to the public, especially the people that tune in, that he's moving up to super middleweight. Now, when I was up here talking and I was basically highlighting, examining the fact that he's a little bit pudgy, people felt some type of way about it. So I decided to give you a picture of what it looked like when you know, Errol Spence is up in weight. I mean, I wasn't lying. I wasn't lying. You can rarely find this picture. This is a rare picture of Errol Spence, man, when he's up in weight. Now, Errol has been on record as saying he is the one that's culpable of picking up weight, not taking his career serious, right? All of a sudden, you come out your mouth after Udinese Ugas. Let me back up. Let me back up. Let me go back to what DJ said. DJ, his trainer, said Errol Spence was 40% with Mikey Garcia. I'm not Mikey Garcia, Danny Garcia. Because Errol Spence, too, his fault, too. Garcia is like Tank. Is about to. But DJ said he was 40%. Then you go there and Udinese Ugas. And they're doing open workouts. Errol's looking skinny, you know, way out like he's on weight. I'm telling people, hey, just go to a search engine and check out his, you know, who signed Tabata. I'm just putting little snippets out there because I thought it was very, very important. After his fight with Udinese Ugas, he said, Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford, I'm coming for them fucking belts. I'm coming for that fucking belt. He said, effing belt. And I thought he was just being witty. I said, yeah, I just can't wait to see it. Like Dion always say, call me up when the first punch is thrown. That's what Dion said. Dion always stay on code. He said, call me when the first punch is thrown. So he said, Errol Spence, I'm coming for that effing belt. Now it's about to get a little harsh and abrasive. During this whole entire time, right? When Terrence Crawford finished off Sean Porter, the first to ever do it, and how people was just sitting up here denouncing. They was denouncing this man performance level. They didn't want to give him no credit. It was almost like Terrence Crawford was back from the Jim Crow era or something. It's almost like this dude used to be white and he was up here faking it. And somehow he became Sammy Sosa. Sammy Sosa lightened his skin and Terrence Crawford darkened his skin. It's almost like they found out Crawford was a part of the head of this freaking organization that was white supremacist or something. I never seen so many black men go in on a fighter for no damn reason as much as they did for Crawford. But when Crawford shut down Sean Porter, and just like Coach said on his live today, when Timothy Smith mentioned the information in January 2022, he made it perfectly clear, crystal, bing, clear. He told y'all they didn't want to insult this man, but you didn't want to pay attention. You were so blinded about what you wanted to say about Crawford. You were so scared. Now that it was getting closer for Spence to get this third belt that y'all been talking about. Now we was finally tying the final bow off that meeting when Errol Spence said, why shouldn't I take the easy route? Why wouldn't I take the easy route? So all along, all of a sudden, the buzz started coming up from the septic tank. You know how those bubbles come up from the septic tank. I know you got some sanitation workers out there. Y'all out here have to clean them septic tanks. It started to bubble in the septic tank, right? A bunch of shit started bubbling, right? And they start saying, well, and since Terrence Crawford, I know he just fought in November and it's January. He ain't fighting nobody. Why don't he fight Boots? So here we go. We have these black supremacists, right? We have these black supremacists. That's what you are. Black supremacists that was sitting up here trying to sacrifice another black man who in a past lifetime they thought was white. I don't know what the fuck with it. I'm just trying to come up with some shit, right? So you have these black supremacists that is leading a torchlit parade on Terrence Crawford to be put in there with Boots. Right? Not Errol Spence, because Errol had a fight coming up in April. So months go by. These are the same people that say boxing is a business and they know everything about it, but they just thinking on YouTube they're gonna make a fight. They ain't never made shit. They gonna make a fight. So Spence go in there and look sloppy as fuck. He gets the win. He ended up damaging freaking Yordenis Ugas. He did make him look different. Okay. But just like we criticized Boots, we had to criticize Arrow. But Boots and Arrow are somewhat on different dimensions when it comes to the YTC. But what I can say is Arrow picked up the win, and he did lay down some punishment on Ugas. He did. He didn't look spectacular though. And there's a lot of these aerosexual channels that they huddle together like sheep do. They was up there huddling together and say, hey, man, what do we do next? What do we do next, man? I don't know. That performance, man, is something wrong with him? What's going on with Arrow? Why he was getting hit with that right hand like that? What's going on? And did you see his mouthpiece, man? God damn. I'm glad it was with GPS on that, man, because they had to locate that motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? Bring it back, clean it, and put it back in his mouth, man. That shit was all out there in the goddamn fifth row. His mouthpiece had a mind of his own. All it know is Errol Spence was hit by Yordenis Ugas, and he dislodged that mouthpiece. Now, his fans, Errol Spence fans, want to overlook the shit like it don't mean anything. So Spence pick up the WBA belt, and all the buffoonery comes to the damn surface all at once. All the buffoonery comes to the surface. The cowards roam together in a circle. Now, all of a sudden, oh man, everybody is part of Team Spence. They're part of the negotiation. So, okay. So we want to sit up here and provide strict analytics on when the initial term sheet was sent. When was the initial term sheet sent? We've been there. Look, do you think WCS is going to go through the whole shit again? I'm not. I'll leave that up to the cowards who sit up here, the black supremacists, and sit up here and dog this man the fuck out for half a year, y'all. They dogged him out for half a year. They defamed the fuck out this man's name. Him being Terrence Crawford, right? They had nothing good to say about the fight. So how do you cowards, right? You black supremacists dog out a black man, and you say it's the best fight in boxing. But when you look at your thumbnails, people are going to say you had nothing positive to say about the fight. You had absolutely nothing to say about the fight. You cowards are up here talking about things as if you was there, and a lot of you don't even go to the fights. But you had a lot to say about Crawford, right? So we go through this bullshit as, term sheet here. People want to act like they was there and the other, time go by, tick-tock. You know what I'm saying? We already know Errol Spence is off a win of Yordenis Ugas. It should be clear and concise, right? But God damn it, it kind of took me back to Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua situation where they was talking about 12 million flat, 15 flat. I'm like, why? Carlos Takam didn't get that same treatment. Why are y'all trying to sit up here and base new stipulations? Oh, I get it. They want to ignore what Timothy Smith said earlier. They want to just put that all the way in the darkness and just talk about the buffoonery. These black supremacists was talking about Crawford. He should take whatever Spence give him. That's how these black supremacists think. Just take whatever he give you. They was whining about how Crawford was with Top Rank. This man freaking had a final press conference. He said, if he couldn't get me to fight when I was with him, how's he going to get me to fight without him? They had something to say about that. And then Crawford put in a lawsuit. They had something to say about that. I'm talking about this is the new age black supremacists, y'all. Hear me out. This is the new age black supremacists where they go seek out their own kind. They are the black supremacists, man. These are the worst type of individuals you ever want to socialize with and tell your personal business to. So look, time kept ticking, right? You got Crawford up here, Errol Spence. Neither one of them have a fight. We thinking they about to fight each other now. People want to talk about term sheets, contracts. It get down to a point where we getting closer to the fight date. And we done heard them motherfuckers say July 4th, that's the date. July 4th official announcement. We heard Brian Custer, Mike Carpenter is looking, is nearing, is looking, is nearing, is nearing, is looking, nearing, looking. Sources. We heard all this bullshit. But there's nothing definitive, right? We continue to tick away your lives, you black supremacists that tick away your lives, took that livelihood that you could never get back from your families, talking shit about Bud Crawford, right? You continue to walk the shit, and you get mad when people return the favor, right? So we're busy trying. Oh, September 4th, official announcement, September 4th for the fight to be in November. Nothing happened. Lies, more lies on top of lies from a liar. All you black supremacists did was lie. You lied, bro. You basically dirtied this fight so much. You dirtied the waters of this fight so freaking much, man. You did a disservice to content creators around. But just so happened, this is the nesting bed for it. So y'all want to talk about when Bud finally stood up about face and went on to get his money. Listen, you act like Bud is the only fighter that cannot make a grown man decision in his career. Because look, we see fighters that disappear from the sport because they sign a fucked up contract, right? And they can't even goddamn go in there and fight. They blacklisted. They on the shelf, as they call it. But yet Bud never been on the shelf like that. He had some situations early in his career, but we're talking about now, though. We're talking about now. We knew all the little details that was floating out here in the media. All the debris that was on the surface, man. And this shit wasn't pretty either. If you look back on all the shit that was talked about for this fight, it was just like debris, man. It's like going to a little side waterway where it really has no outlet. It just floods up when it rains. And then, people walking by, they always throw their trash in there. They might have dropped by McDonald's, and it's at nighttime. They throw their shit over there in that damn waterway. Shit's just junky. That's exactly how y'all did with the Crawford Spence fight. So when it got down to that second announcement being bogus, we got close to November. I'm hearing certain people get on live. Hey, man. Hey. I remember Ricky Williams' dumbass getting on live. Hey, BF, it's going to happen, man. It's going to happen. It's going to happen, dog. For real, it's going to happen. It's happening in November. It's going to happen, dog. Everybody's going around here like they know. It's going to happen. It's going to happen for sure. This fight going to happen in November, dog. We don't have nothing locked in for the venue over there in Vegas. It's no one is making reservations. They're not doing none of that shit. They can't make flight arrangements. I'm getting people hitting me up. Hey, man, I know as much talking as you've been doing. You want to go to the fight. You want to lock it in for November. I don't operate off that shit, bro. My communication, my people who I communicate with, they tell me it's a green light. I would have had the reservation, right? But we're keeping it on the black supremacists, right? These individuals talk so much shit about Crawford submitting a lawsuit and what he should have did. Now he goes over to the Black Messiah. So he finally makes it to the doorstep of the Black Messiah to get his good graces and be ordained. They wanted Terrence Crawford to be ordained by the Black Messiah over there at PBC. And salute to the brother. I ain't mad at him. Salute to the brother. I ain't, for real. I'm not mad at him. Do what you do. We hear these black supremacists go ahead and say, man, humble yourself. Learn how to be the challenger. Take less money. Learn how to be second, third, fourth, and fifth, and sixth place. Sit down. Take what they give you. If I'm looking at this like I'm really not keen or accustomed to what's going over here in the US, I'm saying to myself, damn, these people, it's no loyalty here. Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, what am I listening to? Why are they just saying that? Like, this is the hurt business. Motherfuckers have slurred speech, and you will have the same motherfuckers that's up here talking about, oh, just take what they give you. They laughing at them. Oh, nigga, you up here slurring. I can't understand shit you saying. I don't understand the motherfucking thing you saying, nigga. What the fuck you do in life? I was a boxer. Oh shit, you said that shit clear. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, goddamn. They was telling Terrence Crawford to be a motherfucking slave in 2022. Lay down at the mercy of whoever that's standing in front of you. Lower your body to a kneeling position. Assume that position with both knees planted firmly on the ground. Then lower your head to the point where your forehead touches the ground, and you stay there until the person that's in front of you acknowledges and give you permission to stand. You understand me, boy? You understand me, boy? It's a new world we got right now, boy. You over here. You're in a whole nother neighborhood now. You want to negotiate this fight. It ain't going to be like you think. We're going to try to give you 80-20, 90-10, 95-5. Whatever we can get you. 97-3. Whatever we can get you. Because it's boxing. Stand your ass up. Let's go in these negotiations. Terrence Crawford went into the negotiations with good faith, bro. He did everything he wanted to do. He agreed to everything. We know that to be true. He agreed to everything. I'm past it. He agreed to everything. They didn't want to fight this year. Why? Because you got Spence, who was on some other shit, going through some shit, and they know he was going through some shit. And then he ballooned up to the weight you see in the damn thumbnail. I can't make this shit up, bro. This is not the first time he done been above weight. Now, I remember hearing Blu-ray, the former strength and conditioning coach say that they went with the white boys. And then I was hearing Derek James and them praise this team of nutritionists. And I'm like, okay, we still see Devin Haney making weight in the division that obviously he's growing. He's getting older. He's growing. But he definitely came in there and performed. He looked dried up one fight and then came in there and still handled business. It takes discipline. What happened with Spence, though? What happened to the same team of nutritionists? You was on record as saying you didn't feel like you had to pay for a nutritionist. You was just doing what the fuck you wanted. You freestyle that shit. You freestyled it, bro. You freestyle the fuck out of that. And then for one fight, you're Dennis Ugas because you had to go through strenuous measures. You finally cut weight. And you were skinny as fuck, knowing damn well that shit wasn't off broccoli and asparagus, nigga. That wasn't off broccoli and asparagus. Ain't nobody gonna sit up here and convince me. I was in the game of fitness. You ain't convincing me that shit was broccoli and asparagus. Because if you don't have the discipline to maintain your weight, that means your appetite is different. You fancy certain type of foods that taste good to you. I don't get that you're that type of boxer who's a healthy eater. I think you're the type of person to go to bed and you grab a goddamn a pack of Oreo cookies and take it in the bedroom with you and chomp on them motherfuckers with that glass of milk next on the end table, on the nightstand rather. I just don't get it, bro. And then all of a sudden today, here we go. Now the news floats, the vapors floats up From the septic tank, Errol Spence Jr., Keith Thurman finalizing junior middleweight. Errol Spence Jr. and Keith Thurman finalizing junior middleweight. Now, this is Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford not having a fight right now. So why are we not hearing you bash the shit out of Errol Spence for not fighting Terrence Crawford? Who's at fault now? You're going to say that Al Heyman is mad because Terrence Crawford stood up and walked away? Or are you going to be sensible and intelligent about this and educate yourselves and go back to what Timothy Smith said in January? Which route you going to take? Let's get to the chat, man. Which route you going to take, brother? Shout out to my guy, Shot News, the Sauce Experience, a.k.a. Showtime Shot on deck. What's good with it? What's good with it? My guy on deck, Team Tucker in the building. Blair Cobb's talking shit about Boots. Oh, definitely. Definitely. That's always going to be. Sir Senior on deck. What's good? What's good? Adrian, I have to read. Adrian is still advocating and protesting. You know what I'm saying? It takes me back to mid-pandemic when black, white, Latino, brown, blue people, even the avatars, they was out in the streets protesting. You know what I'm saying? Is this it? No. Can boxing ever have unity like that? No. He says that's okay. We just want him at 28 years old to fight real fighters. We are done with him fighting these type of fighters. Haney and Shakur are real fighters. That's all we want to see. He's 28. Michael Johnson boxing talking more. Don't hear none of them say happening to spin the block. I mean, got to spinning the block yet. You know, so I just put my tweet out. You know what I'm saying? Pop on deck. What's good with it? Coach said, man, these content creators were flat out lying, and they know it. They deceived their subscribers, and the subscribers like being lied to. God damn. You know, sometimes, you know, people just say shit, man. Like, if you ain't willing to learn from people, then it'll be a certain part of your life where, you know, you'll always be like depleted of certain things. But if you have individuals that's understanding that these black supremacists lied and basically defamed the shit out of Terrence Crawford, right? And then the listeners, they take this information, and I know damn well, look, I've listened to so much of the rhetoric, and that's why they get mad, right? I tell them I'm listening to your channel, and they'll go on live and say, oh, that punk, that bitch, my WCS hair. I tell you that I'm listening, and they're still mad. And then they go on a crusade to screenshot niggas. But listen, I listen so I can know who is spewing the rhetoric. So when those stray lambs come over here to the wolves, I understand who's missing them. That's it. When they come over here saying the same shit all the time, I pretty much know where they came from, who fenced they jump, and where they came from, because they say the same bullshit. The same bullshit. How can we sit up here and next month, look, MLK birthday is coming up real quick in a hurry. What y'all gonna do? Y'all gonna do a live stream on Black History after you don't sit up here and defame the fuck out this man's name, right? And then, like Coach said, they deceive their subscribers. They subscribers be there co-signing, protesting this shit, bro. They be there, yeah. They be rebelling in this shit. Yeah, talk that shit. Suck a dick, motherfucker. You punk ass. Suck. They be in there talking that shit about another black man, bro. You got to be cut from a different cloth to go in on these niggas, because you see a lot of their subscribers that's willing to soak this all in and don't even think for themselves. These are people who get up in the morning and go to work And they may be individuals that's in leadership positions that tell people, hey, this is where you should be in life. You should always set goals and aspirations. And in order to achieve them, you have to let your actions speak for itself and keep on stepping. And one step is going to lead you to another step that's going to take you to the place you want to be. And before you know it, you've changed levels. You're elevated. You're making progress. That's what you do. That's what success is required. But yet they get on the YTC after they wind down. They wind the fuck down, right? They go in there, they heard him go in the kitchen. Where's the bottle? Where's the bottle? Give it to me. Give it to me. Give it to me. Give it to me. Pour it, pour it, pour it, pour it, pour it. Oh, wow. I just like that. What a perk. Give me a perk. What a perk at? Ah, yeah, my mind is good. Ah, baby, how was your day? Good. All right, I'm about to go in there and do a live. You already know. You already know. Can you tip me on? Pour some more in there. I need to have my head right before I go on live. I need to have my wine glass now. Go ahead and pour a little of that Crown in there. Parmesan and hen dog. Oh shit! Let me stir that up with my finger. Oh wow, that shit is tangy. I'm good now. These cats go in here and do thumbnails on another black man like it's cool. And in February, they'll be up here putting their right hand up there and doing Black History Lives. I just want to take this moment and just recognize my history. I mean, you're talking about black leaders who sacrificed everything. We don't want to hear it, bro. We don't want to hear the sophistry. We don't want to hear none of that bullshit you're talking. Y'all sit up here and said this fight was this, that, and the other, the biggest, but yet you was dogging out one half of the two fighters that's supposed to be the biggest fight. Now you have a fighter in Errol Spence that's not contending at the appointed weight class of 147. He's not. Errol Spence has been on record. They are saying that he's going to fight Keith Thurman at 154. Is Adrian in here to verify those numbers, or are those numbers that benefit you, Adrian? Are those numbers beneficial? Am I correct? Is Errol Spence supposedly fight Keith Thurman at 154? Because look, Keith Thurman has no liability in this. I don't know how many times I got to say it. But where is the backlash for Errol Spence fighting at 154 if he was supposed to be in shape and he was ready? Oh, is it a car accident? It was a car accident, right? The front end got hit and then everything else went to hell from there. It's a car accident again, right? So with the car accident, got back on the meds, blew up a little bit, water retention, all this other shit. Now the fight is going to be in April. And it's going to be at 154. The fight's going to be at 154, y'all. Can y'all imagine that? The fight is at 154. All this time, these black supremacists have been talking about what Crawford didn't want to do, what he walked away from. And then we've been telling them that over there at PBC is just something going on that people don't want to make this fight happen. They're not willing to put forth the bread. All along, we've been saying that Al Haymon won an in-house fight so he can keep those titles on Errol Spence. And lo and behold, quack, motherfucking goose. Gilberto Mendoza? I just want to submit a letter saying that Errol Spence is allowed to compete outside the weight limit and not be stripped of his title. And of course, we're talking about the prestigious WBA title. Oh my God. What a privilege you have. You have these goofballs on YTC vouching for you and saying all this shit. You can go out here and create movie scenes from a John Wick 14-year-old stunt driver. All right. And then look, they don't hold you accountable. And then you on video looking like you all the way up there in the Milky Way. Oh my God, this is what it looked like. It's so sparkly and black up here. Wow. What was that? You know what I'm saying? They said it was a TikTok video, y'all. And then all of a sudden he lies to his fans again and say he was going to make a fight announcement 4 or 5 days after the accident. So you trying to tell us that you was going to make a fight announcement to Keith Thurman? Why? Why, bro? You was going to make a fight announcement about Keith Thurman 4 or 5 days after your accident. I don't get it. It's not for me to get. I ain't trying to get it. Because the only fight we wanted to see was Crawford telling you, spin the block, like you said, spin the motherfucking block, and he was going to drop you off. No, you decided to drive far around the block. You didn't want to go the business route. You stayed on the highway. You pressed the gas and make sure you get past the exits. And you wanted no part of Terrence Bud Crawford. You know what I'm saying? Just like Bivol got Fighter of the Year there, Spence. You should get absolutely the Duck of the Year. Hands down, point blank, period. You're the Duck of the Year, bro. And I know a lot of people are going to sit up here and watch your Keith Thurman fight because you don't whine, bitch, and complain about how Keith Thurman didn't freaking recognize you because you was up here, I want to fight, I want to fight, I want to fight. But yet, y'all niggas up here telling people to get a belt. Get a belt. Get a belt. The motherfuckers get a belt. And you want to get another belt, go to Marshall's, Target, Walmart. I don't care, any belt. Docker belt, Jordache, any belt. It don't matter. You said get a belt, and then you turn around and you got more shit to talk about. Man, you're the biggest duck of this era, man. I know Deontay Wilder didn't duck his smoke. I know it's a lot of fighters out here that didn't duck smoke, bro. It's a lot of fighters didn't duck smoke. Seriously, it's a lot of fighters didn't duck smoke. But when it comes to ducking straight up and down, man, you the biggest one, bro. You are the most prestigious one. You proved to us that you cut from that fabric when it got hot and heavy and it got down to it. The only thing, and look, and I've been on record as saying that you all are trying to wait to Terrence Crawford vacate the WBO title so you can try to pick it up. So you get special treatment. Now you get special treatment and these cowards refuse to speak on it. Mendoza said, you won't lose your title, be stripped of your title if you fight outside your weight division. Why the fuck you fighting at 154? The only time we ever heard you mention that shit is when finally the news broke that negotiation was off. And you sent out a tweet and said some shit like, oh man, it's been so tough. Up here whining again. It's been so tough. I've been at this division my whole entire. No, that's not true. You came in heavy early on in the fights, and then you decide to drop down and be consistent with 147. Keep it a buck, bro. You've been on record as saying, Spence. You've been on record as saying, Spence, that you're the one to blame for ballooning up in weight. You've been on record as saying that you didn't believe on paying money for a nutritionist. Am I right or wrong, people? He's been on record as saying that shit. Errol Spence and Keith Thurman is set to fight in April at 154. God damn. Jones Jr., what happened to strap season? I can tell you what happened to strap season, y'all. I put it out on Twitter. Bro. It ain't no more strap season. That's the season that we at. It's strawberry season. You know what I'm saying? It's juicy season. For real. That's what it's always been about when the name Terrence Crawford came up. It was strawberry season, bro. Don't let the goddamn shit fool you. That's why they had to give Stephen A. Smith a call and say, hey, stop talking about that fight, man. It ain't happening. It ain't happening. Okay? All respect there, Stephen A. We love what you do, brother. Keep on, but it ain't happening. That's why that's why Errol Spence said what? He taking them down. He gonna take down the shirts, but not before WCS, do a thumbnail on them. Strawberry season in full effect, y'all. The biggest duck of this era. He's fighting at 54 and not 47. Hell, Terrence Crawford ain't fall at 54. Like Crawford said, spin the block so I can drop you off. All that spinning the block talk was cap. All them aerosexuals, it was cap. It was fucking cap. But you still walked around here in your 2-inch heels and you was waving your pom-poms, got down twirling around in your skirts, talking that big shit about Spence. He's the big fish. Yeah, he was a big dish. Hot grease, nigga. He was a dish. What do people do? Eat fish. He was a dish. Now he's going up to 154. He's not vacating his titles. He's going up to 54 so they can get some more shit straight by the end of the year. And then he's going to come back down to 47 so they can figure it out. In the meantime, they hoping and wishing Bud Crawford vacate that WBO belt. It's fucked up, man. It's fucked up. I ain't mad. No expectation, no disappointment from Spence. No expectation, no disappointment. This dude been sitting up here damn playing in the motherfucking schoolyard for the longest of time. Now it's time for him to go to college and get that motherfucking undisputed degree. He can't do it. He found out the subject just a little bit harder than what he thought. They've been floating Thurman's name out there for a while. I anticipated this move. They were never serious about making the Crawford fight. No doubt. And Andrew, he was up there whining and crying. Every chance he get, bro, when he was in front of the camera. And I wanna fight Keith Thurman for them belts. I wanna fight Keith Thurman for the belts. I want to fight Keith Thurman for the belts. And just because he's on audio, man, I don't know what Al doing, man. Shit. I don't want to fight that dude, man. Shit, man, I don't like that dude, man. Shit, man, Al trying to make me fight this dude. Shit, man, I don't know what to say no more. Shit, man, give me some strawberries. Shit, man, goddamn, Steven, man, I don't want to fight that dude, man. Come on, bro, that's a duck too. Everybody talking about, oh man, it's a good fight. It's history. I give a fuck. Thurman's fought what, a total of 3 minutes in 3 years? Him and Rashidi damn near on the same track. They gonna say, man, see, WCS don't know what you talking about, man. He fought Mario Barrios, man. He went the distance. I'm just telling you, bro. It's wild. It's wild that Spence can go through all this shit, don't talk to his fans, don't let us on, and then all of a sudden he want to come on Twitter talking about some strip club shit. I mean, I'm not petty like that. I'm not up here putting up all his tweets, but he's talking about some strip club bans. Hey man, don't get a ban, in a strip club, man, because they're gonna short you. You don't have to pay for that. Get it from the bank, man. You're not even worried about fighting Crawford, dog. You should have spent the block, man. Come on, man. Y'all can't co-sign this shit. So the aerosexuals, man, you can change too. It just take a little bit more because y'all can't think for yourselves. Y'all need to get together in that private chat, man. I'm talking about turn on the cameras, snuggle up, give each other what they're looking for. All those bromance visuals that y'all like behind the scene. Okay, get together. The tank top crew, because I know y'all love tank tops. You know what I'm saying? And take your cap off, oil up that pumpernickel or that muscadine, oil it up, and say, hey, you know what? Do y'all think it's time to change? Is it time to change? Because Errol Spence, he's fighting at 154. Do you think we should say something good about Errol now? Because these niggas ain't saying shit about Errol, bro. Salute my good brother, Kool-Aid. 323 on deck. Spence versus Thurman at 154. They're going to look like two Teletubbies fighting in the ring. Man, this is the motherfucking disappointment. And you can't be extremely stressed out about it. Because these Spencerholic channels, these aerosexual channels, they've been giving you the vibe all along. They refused to engage and talk about what was coming up. They knew the shit. They knew Spence didn't want to fight Crawford, but they took more than half a year to defame this name and defame this man's name, to speak maliciously on Terrence Crawford for months upon months upon months, bro. A coward die of 1,000 what? Man, come on, bro. Dub 100 on deck. Anyone that bought them shirts need to burn them. Show it live on YouTube. Errol lied to y'all to make money off y'all. God damn, here we go. We got the fire bombs. We got the Molotov cocktails. You know what I'm saying? See, they think a Molotov cocktail is a drink. They don't know no better. Oh, they heard cocktail. Oh, good. Serve me one. Dropping them down, dropping that fire. No pair testing facts, bro. I tell people, go look and see when the last time he signed up. Now he fighting Keith Thurman, right? I haven't heard any type of, I haven't seen the flames go up. I haven't seen sparkles, fireworks. I haven't seen any type of light show because they was damn destroying, talking mad shit about Crawford about fighting David Avanesian. But why are you not, and why are you so quiet about Errol Spence fighting a division higher for no belts? There's no belts involved, shawty. At least Terrence Crawford went in there and defended his belt at his division for which he's reigning defending. WBA world champion. Reigning defending WBO welterweight world champion. Spence can't even fight in his own division. He's too fat. He got to go up to 154 because he's undisciplined. But yet these niggas ain't willing to talk about that shit. I bet money there's no vomit testing. Hey, man, look it up for yourself. I don't have to make this shit up. They talking about how he looked against Ugas. Yeah, he had to drop that weight because he was up there. Because he was up there, bro. I put it out there, man. Last year, I put it out there. And they want to say, oh, man, here you is bringing up past. No, look it up for yourself, bro. It's public record. Stop getting mad for me talking about public record. DJ want to sit up here and talk about he was 40 cent against Danny Garcia. But yeah, he came in there with Ugas, and Ugas was catching with the right hand. So he must have been at 29% when he was in there with Ugas. Errol already told Bud the list. He told Crawford he wasn't on the list. They fooled the fans and played Bud pathetic. Yeah, man. They told him, right? That's what Coach was saying, right? The subscribers want to be lied to. The people love to be lied to on this YouTube. Lie to them. They go, look, when they cut off the camera and they finally retire for the evening. When they finally retire for the evening, they have retired listening to a bunch of fools lie. And they have to sleep on that motherfucker. They have to sleep on that bullshit they just heard. And then they go to their job acting like they some boxing enthusiast and shit. Some boxing aficionados go in there talking the same bullshit they just heard on YouTube. And they'll sit up here, oh, fuck you. No, you don't know what you're talking about. I tell you what, why don't you go? I'm going to be on there, man. If you want to debate, come to the YouTube around 4:30, 5 o'clock. You don't know shit about boxing. I'm on there all the time. I know it. Man, come on, bro. These niggas lied, and told more lies. And then when shit got hot, they refused to even speak on it. So cook the ass in the hot grease, bro. Cook them motherfuckers in hot grease, dog. I ain't never seen a fish swim in hot grease. We live in a backwards generation. Tomfoolery is in, while professional is frowned upon. No doubt, bro. No doubt. Earl the big fish turned into a sardine. Bro, I didn't even give him the size of a sardine, bro. I gave him like a minnow, a guppy, a fish that you go in there and they got them in the plastic bags in the pet shop and you take it home to your kid. Like, look, I got you a fish. And then you grab some freaking clear container, right? And you pour some sink water, some tap water in that motherfucker and dump that motherfucker on his head. You dump that little gold motherfucker on his head. And then you play around with it. You go get a pencil or a pen and you can sit up here and hit the motherfucking glass and shit and play around. I'm telling you, dog, he was never the big fish. Stop it. Look at the thumbnail. What big fish have you seen that's not even taller than a doorway? Don't get mad at me because I think the way. What type of big fish you know that's sitting up there on the phone and it's just short motherfucking? It's not even taller than the doorway, y'all. They ain't too fat to fight in his own division. Make it make sense, bro. Make it make sense. I ain't lying. Make that shit make sense, bro. I want to hear from the people. I want to hear from the people. So you know what? I'm a corral. I'm a corral the thoughts. I dropped the link in the chat, man. I want to hear from the people. I'm only gonna be here for a certain period of time, though. I'm not gonna be in here like last night. I ain't doing no 5 hours tonight. I'm just saying. But the link is in the chat. That goes for the aerosexuals who look. I always got to get this brief. If you're aerosexual, right? I don't have no problem with you clicking the link. I don't, right? But if you're gonna come over here talking about negotiations, we don't have shit to talk about. If you want to talk about why the fuck Errol Spence is fighting for non-title fight at 154, when Terrence Crawford said, "Hey, just letting you know, I'm ready to spin the block. I'm here. I'm ready when you are. Let's go." Nothing, bro. Let me take down a thumbnail. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to really put up any old tweets, anything. You know, I'm ready when you want to spin the block. Just giving you a heads up is all. You know, that's as easy as it get. That's as easy as it get right there, bro. Terrence Bud Crawford was being polite, courteous. They say, "Hey, I'm ready when you want to spin the block. Just give you heads up is all. I'm here." That was last year. Gumbo say so now Thurman isn't fighting for the WBC belt. Gumbo, they're fighting at 154 for all the bullshit. Who's fighting? Who's fighting for a strap up there? What strap is up? What strap is up for grabs? Please, somebody enlighten me. What strap is up for grab at 154? What strap is up for grabs, bro? Are we gonna have a fighter that's a champion at another weight class supposedly fight a higher weight class up for the belts? How? Isn't Keith Thurman what, the WBA, right? You know, all the hocus pocus and shit. What are these guys fighting for? Who do you think Bud should fight next, bro? Damn good question. I was talking to my guy, you know, Showtime, about this prior to coming on live. And I was saying, at this point, with him fighting Avanesian, he really need to fight anyone with either momentum or a name to him. I have confidence whoever it is. But my result came that Terrence Crawford may fight Danny Garcia at 154. The reason why I say that is that Danny Garcia has fought the Keith Thurmans, the Sean Porters, and Errol Spence. He's just coming off a common opponent of Terrence Crawford at 147. And he beat him. All right. I know people may not want to hear this. Well, if you up here complain about aerospace, listen, Terrence Crawford did not walk away from the fight. He said he was ready and willing to fight for Undisputed right now. But PBC don't want the fight. Okay, we good. So therefore, Danny Garcia just defeated Jose Benavidez. And Terrence Crawford need a name, a solid name. You know what I'm saying? He need a solid name. Listen, it's slim pickings down there. Virgil Ortiz ain't ready. Jerron Boots in his shoulder. No. Blair the Flair, no. She's not going to get credit for that shit. Stantionis is already locked in. Sean Porter retired. It's very slim. So truth be told, unless he's moving down to 140, right? Unless he's moving down to 140, I just assume that the only name that's big enough that's coming off a pretty decent win of a common opponent, Terrence Crawford, is Danny Garcia. Real talk, because Danny Garcia, believe it or not, still has stock in the game, man. Being that he didn't do too much of anything except beat Robert Ghost Guerrero for the vacant WBC welterweight title and lost it to Keith Thurman, he still has some Wall Street in his game, and I would want Crawford to fight somebody with a name, a former champion at 147, because it's slim pickings at 47. Slim pickings, bro. It's slim pickings, man. Let me take venture over there to that neighborhood. All right. If y'all hit the like button, I would truly appreciate it. Let's go over there to the neighborhood right quick. You know what I'm saying? Let's go over to the neighborhood right quick. Because that was a good question, man. Y'all hit the like button. So Yadina Sugas, no. That's the Errol Spence's leftover. And Terrence Crawford will go in there and stop Yadina Sugas. And then they'll blame it on, once again, Crawford fight the leftovers of Errol Spence. When is she going to fight somebody? Just like they was talking about Gervonta Davis. When he going to fight somebody? When he going to fight somebody? Well, goddamn it, blame boxing for allowing champions to be individuals who may not be in the best, I'm talking about in the best spotlight to their fans, but they've been put in a position to win a title and they are considered champions. Don't be mad at anybody else. Conor Ben, no. The A and B sample, no. Who can he fight? Should he go in there at Karen? Will he get anything off of Karen? Hell no. He can't go in there with no Karen. What about Alexis Rocha? No. Cody Crowley? No. Because Crowley's been talking like, hey, I'm ready. Crowley's been talking. Rashidi Ellis? No, he just got off a fight where we already seen that he ran over 2 nails. He ran over 2 nails like Showtime said. Mario Barrios, no Barrios, no. Keith Thurman already defeated him. So if Keith Thurman is fighting Errol Spence at a higher weight class, there's no need for Terrence Crawford to fight Barrios. No need. And it's absolutely no need for me to go to the back end of the top 15 anymore. So therefore, that's why I said, excuse me, 154. 154, bro. 154. It's so many names in 154, and we get to see Crawford in a fresh division. It would be good to see that. If Crawford followed Tony Harrison, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if they put Charles Cromwell in there with Terrence Crawford or not. I know they're bringing him up. I mean, Xander Zayas is not ready for a fight with Terrence Crawford. I know he's in the top 10 in the WBO, but no. Brian Castano, he's been there with Charlo. That'll be a good fight people wouldn't mind seeing. They wouldn't they wouldn't mind seeing Brian Castano and Crawford. But once again, Crawford is getting nothing out of this. He's getting nothing out of this. But with Danny Garcia, at least he has a little history. Danny Garcia damn near fought all the top names at welterweight, but he came up short. But they have Danny Garcia all the way over there, far left to the WBC in the top 5. Oh my God, Shouty. Shout out to Shaw News. The sausage.
Yo, shout out to WCS.
What's good with the Showtime?
Yeah, I'm gonna get in and out like a robbery, man. All I want to say is, man, your thumbnail is classic. The hamburger helper. That's the hamburger helper. That's all I'm gonna say, man. Your thumbnail is classic. I'm not gonna stay on too long tonight, man. I just seen your thumbnail, right? I just came in from the gym and I was looking at your thumbnail. I said, man, Combat is the best of the best at this, bro. I looked at your thumbnail and I was crying. I was in the car. I said, yo, Combat threw Big Baby Miller up there. It said Earl Spence is moving up to 154. Yo, I cried. Yo, my daughters was asking me, yo, Daddy, what are you laughing about? What are you laughing about? I said, nah, I'll just watch something. Man, Combat, you are the best. The evil genius at work, bro.
Hey, man, I gotta do it, man. I gotta do it for real, man. I appreciate brothers, being able to work in the trenches with brothers like yourself, being a solid soldiers, man. Solid soldiers, man.
Nah, chill. Chill. Yo, chill, Combat. I'm not official. That dude's not official. I'm not official, bro. Let these old General Hospital niggas tell you that shit, man. I'm not official.
You ain't lying, man. They just don't know, man. Hey, you continue to step on them without even looking down, bro. You don't have to look down. You're gonna step on them anyway, bro.
Yeah, like cockroaches. But Combat, I'm gonna tap out, man. I just wanted to give you your props, man. Listen, because a lot of dudes ain't gonna give you your props, man. That thumbnail right there is classic. Jarrell Miller. He looks like Earl Spence, man. He looks like Earl Spence ate a couple
ham. If you look at it long enough, dog, that's Spence, dog. I'm trying to tell you, that's Spence, man. Look at it long enough, dog. Look at it long enough, bro.
Yeah, that nigga ate the ham hocks. He was eating, man. Yeah, he was eating, bro. He was eating. Yeah, when I seen that, I said, "Oh man, Combat done fuck the game up, bro."
I'm telling you, man. You stare at that motherfucker long enough, Errol Spence's face will come into view, dog. For real.
Facts, man. Salute to you, though, man. Yo, smash the like button.
Pulling up, though.
And stop hating on the real brothers out here doing it. WCS is the real one doing it. You know the vibes.
I appreciate the Showtime for pulling up, man, my brother.
I appreciate you. Salute to you.
No doubt, man. No doubt. They say boots after Arrow. Shout out to Showtime, man. A real one in the building. I've been calling for Bud to move up one more time. Yeah, man, 154, but we really wanted him to move up and face somebody for the belts, Andrew. You feel me? I think I remember you speaking on that. You know what I'm saying? Plenty of times. But it would have been great if he would have moved up and fought for the belts or something. But Mel Charlo ain't trying to. Look, truth be told, he don't have permission to speak on that shit. They really can't check and co-sign or answer a fighter without permission. They can't do it, bro. They can't do it. Crawford should take out Virgil, then take out Ennis, then tell Spence he cleared out the division and ready to go undisputed for a second time. Look, it'll be pointless for him to go on that excursion, right? Not knowing that Team Spence will be doing other things, be concerned about other avenues they're taking, and not including him in those travels. He can't just go out and say, okay, I'm gonna go get Virgil. Virgil them say they weren't ready for Spence. And we seen Jerron Ennis is not ready for Spence, bro. Jerron Ennis is not ready for Terrence Crawford neither. He's not ready for the top. We seen that this past weekend. We seen it. If y'all want to have a reflection, we can. I'm just saying, man, Karen was putting in work, bro. Karen was putting in work. Shout out to my guy, Tony Boswell, in the building. Much respect at World Combat Sports in the chat. Stop in to show support and hit the like button. Salute my brother. Just got off work. One love to you. Salute to Tony Boswell on deck. It's good you had a great day, man. You know what I'm saying? Made it home safely. Salute to Tony in the building. It seems like Spence and his team is trying to age Bud out. I know people say that, but listen, it's all about how you took care of your body on the way up. You know what I'm saying? It's all about how you took care of your body. The man is 35 years old, but yet we have witnessed fighters exceed the 45-year mark. What if Terrence Crawford has 10 years left in his body to compete in his prime, like some of the greats have done? When did Archie Moore pick up a damn world title from being withheld through racism and all that shit? It's all about how you take care of your body, man. You take care of your body the right way, you may be able to go in there and compete. Who thought George Foreman would have went in there and knocked out Michael Moore, man? Who would have thought Big George would have did that shit, dog? Not too many people. Not too many people would thought that shit was going down the way it did. Yeah, he's going up there, and Gilberto Mendoza there, Tony, submitted a special letter saying that Errol Spence can basically fight at 154 and will not be stripped of his title. They are sitting up here putting out letters now, man. They're putting out letters, man. State of addresses. Oh my God, bro. But y'all already know, man. I got to jump up out of here. It's been close to 2 hours. Appreciate y'all for pulling up. Support the channel, man. And continuously, I appreciate y'all. One love. And hit the like button on your way out. I would appreciate it. And also, you haven't subscribed to the channel. Subscribe to the channel. If you choose to donate to the channel, then do it. There go the Cash App right now. Until next time, y'all turn up and tune in to World Combat